Good afternoon, this is Congressman Tom Rooney coming to you from Washington, D.C. to give you an update as to what happened this week in Congress. As you all know, Hurricane Irma devastated many parts of Florida, especially our district, the 17th District of Florida. The storm left many without power for weeks, destroyed homes and businesses, and devastated our agriculture industry. Since the storm hit, I've been amazed by the recovery efforts that I have seen. From the first responders who deployed immediately to help those in danger, to emergency officials who worked around the clock to assess damages and quickly apply for the much-needed aid programs, to neighbors who selflessly came together to help each other in many different ways. It's been incredible to watch our communities come together to help each other during these times of need. While I was in the district, I was inspired by these acts of kindness that we all witnessed. And since returning to Washington, I've been working hard to make sure that the recovery process is as successful as possible. I've sent a lot of updates about disaster assistance programs on Facebook, my website, and in my electronic newsletters. I've also met with the President and key members of the administration to make sure that they respond quickly and effectively to this disaster and the needs of all Floridians. I spent a day last week with Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue, who came to Florida's heartland to see Irma's impact on Florida's agriculture and to hear directly from Florida farmers about what they need to recover. Our citrus industry was dealt a devastating blow, and I'm working with the Secretary and with Congress to make sure Florida citrus survives this storm. As we continue to recover and rebuild from the destruction of Hurricane Irma, I want you to know that my office is here to help. I know many of you are already very frustrated by the complicated process of recovery, especially in dealing with the long lines and wait times to talk to FEMA. That's where my office can help. Please do not hesitate to call us if you need help or if you have any questions as how to navigate these federal disaster assistance programs. If you're not getting the answers or help that you need, please let us know. As we continue to assess the damage and figure out the best options to direct emergency aid to those back home, the House of Representatives resumed our regular business here in Washington. So in addition to the ongoing work to help the victims of Hurricane Irma this week, the House passed the Disaster Tax Relief and Airport and Airway Extension Act. This bill keeps the Federal Aviation Administration open and running and also provides certain tax benefits and tax cuts to individuals living in places affected by this summer's hurricanes. These tax benefits should help those affected, at least in part, to get back on their feet. And finally, the House Republicans unveiled our proposal for comprehensive tax reform this week. To simplify our complex tax code, our plan would reduce the number of tax brackets from 7 to 3 and get rid of itemized deductions. The proposal would reduce the corporate tax rate to just below the global average, which would allow U.S. businesses to invest in their workforce and attract foreign companies to create jobs here in the U.S. These changes will finally allow American businesses to compete on the same playing field as the rest of the world. Fixing our overly complex tax code to allow our economy to grow has long been a priority of our party, and I'm excited to begin the reform process. That's all I have for you this week. Please stay tuned here on Facebook and in your email boxes to hear about my office's upcoming mobile office hours in Florida for the next week. Thank you for tuning in, and God bless.